Alright, I had to restart. Twitch being weird again. Alright, what's happening? We need more people. Looking for... Okay. Get this going. Remind me later. Oh. Ah, he's back. I am back. I don't know where I went to, but I'm back. Orb sent his bad luck to me. You couldn't hear me. I couldn't hear me either. Don't worry. Orb's like... Thanks, Corpse. Appreciate it. Everything was going so smoothly. I'm sad and scared to play. You think I'm joking? It just went down out of nowhere. We just talk about it and then suddenly poof. That's all it takes. It's very sensitive internet, you know. Alright, time to bring in the Pepega squad. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you gonna heal for her? Oh, thank God you DPS.
Tell the Protector we need more troops for the next counterattack.
I've got to wait for like 2 people that are still coming. Oh. Did I hand in? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Want a heal? Yeah, I guess we need a heal. Okay. The H machine, so you got a new machine. That one's broken too. He just has really bad luck with anything. Alright, how far are we? More! We need more people. I'm like desynced with the game. I'm getting messages like 5 minutes after the fact. We're getting there. I think it's your house cables or your you just need to move, Corpse. Just move somewhere else. Move somewhere with fiber. Just ask melee, it's so much better. Just move.
Tell the Protector we need more troops for the next counterattack.
Yep, peanut butter M&Ms. Gonna try for Rad Q again. Nice. Hey, I'm live. Look. Hey.
We need more guards at the medical camp.
We still. I guess I can tank. Can I invite? There. Looking for 2 more DPS. One more DPS? Or tank. Either way. I can go tank. Oh, hi Nissa.
I don't care if they have dragons. We have to hold the line.
What were we looking for? Tank or DPS? Either. Prefer tank. Can go tank if need be. Like how like people from our queue here are calling out dragons and stuff for people. That's nice. We have nothing better to do but sit around, might as well call them out for people. So one thing I like people working together. Ah, we just got a dragon. Dragon. Number 15. Back. Alright, let's see if we can get one more. Whoops, not was completed.
I don't care if they have dragons. We have to hold the line.
I like how he still does his events, even though there's nothing to do.
Tell the
Okay, if I get one more DPS, I'll go switch to my tank. Because clearly that's the bottleneck here. We still have to do a meme run with like all wattlers and what do you call it? Artifact.
Oh my god, that would be so fun.
Hey Spooky, what are we running, Tom? We're running some Tom. It's hard to find people more and more because they want rewards, and I don't do it for the rewards, I do it because it's fun. Not many people find it fun, so... But it should be easier when Mod 23 hits. We still get some better rewards. Alright, we got some weird name in here. And then I'm gonna go switch to tank. Oh fuck, never mind. Wait, hold on. Is this a tank? What's this? It's not a tank. Alright, I'm gonna switch. Actually, pass me back lead. If I leave, there's one less. And then you have lead. And then I leave. Flip load shedding starting soon here? No. I haven't even checked mine. Imagine like halfway through my stream. Boom! You're a fuck da honey krach.
No, please, not on Friday.
Let me check. We are... Yeah, we good now. Yeah, man. How many warlocks? Do we have enough warlocks? Bro, you seen this shit? There's a fuck up, yeah. I should do like an all warlock run. Or for real. The fuck is that? Why are they linking like these old... Ancient. Oh, did they name them? They renamed them. Ancient. They're called Ancient Enchants. Nice. Why does that artifact look weird to me? The Blast Scepter, the color. Looks weird. Maybe it's just because they only linked one artifact. What are we gonna pull Phil on? I'll go Wyvern. Today? I guess I'll put them on demo. What is this? I guess I'll put them on Myth. Holy shit. How many French people we got today? Wait, they both link the exact same shit. Frozen and Methala. Like literally the same message and they're both French. Did this person just copy paste? I have a Russian like... But they're... What? I'm confused. Any more arties? Hey, 511. Not sure if someone's interested, but today's 11 months I wait for Zen. That sounds about right. Probably wait like around a year. I don't know how long I've been waiting. Can I see? Offered to buy 25th of November. I'm gonna be waiting, yeah, a couple more months. For my birthday maybe. Easy. Hope I get on anniversary, buy VIP on sale, and we'll play some. Yeah, that would be ideal, huh? My VIP runs out in like 3 months, but I do have backup. Oh, not here, but on my main. I got like, I think 9 months of VIP in coupons. I swear people are trolling now. What is this group? Envenomed? Okay. You know what? You guys want to fail? There's only one way to teach you how to fail. Bro, can you run Lantern?
And I'm on demo. I mean, yeah, man.
Then I will run Wyvern. Okay. RT. Let's go. Or Millie, you go DPS. And Proxy will come with me.
Okay.
I'll try shield Proxy. Let me fix who do I worry about here? Only really Pharrell, so I'm gonna kick these two. And I'm gonna kick these two weird, interesting like creatures out of the group. And I'm gonna invite Pharrell in. And I'm gonna invite the other healer in. Make group before TP. Any slow internet connections? No! Watch them get mad. I kicked them again. Any debaters? any trollers? Plus? I'm not doing it intentionally, I swear. Okay, tell me that group's full. Okay, there's only 2 more slots. Good, finally. Now Proxy can join. Listen, don't blame me, blame Cryptic, because if they added a way to drag and drop your group, which, you know, every other modern game has, then it wouldn't be an issue now, would it? Alright, let's fail this real quick, and then we can do the Metro. Any hype? Let's go. I'm ready. I challenge you to an aggro run, Pharrell. I don't think anyone here is going to surpass you, so we should be good. The rogues can try. With their broken procs.
Facing Hallister here in his own demiplane is dangerous. Young guy, he cannot be trusted.
Any non-shielders? Plus? LOL?
Oh my god.
What did you do, bro?
I took the ball.
Any trollers? Plus? Alright, I'm gonna debuff this for you a bit. Make this a little bit easier. I'm gonna come over here. You wanna take the ball? Then fucking take it. There you go. You gonna come troll me?
Bundle up for the cold front.
I could troll just as much. Not a problem. Two for one special almost. Why was he standing on me? Was it unintentional?
I don't know, but
Did you mean to stack on me? Imagine I blame him for it. Just be like, bro, why'd you stack on me? I was moving there. Why were you standing there?
I feel a storm coming on.
Wait, how did Pharrell die? The what? I'll die for you. End game.
Tenacious little maggots. That's enough.
Alright, let's try not to stack the hyper.
Turn it all away. To me. I'll protect you.
Oh, you think she can protect you from me? Yasira, my dear, you shouldn't stick
I
your
can't wait for
nose-
this in mod 23. It's gonna have so many nice changes. And I don't know, yeah, because Hyper was obviously doing a lot more damage because of the increased item level, but they also reduced that. Why do I have so much? Wait, how did I have so much aggro? Do I have BOA or something? Am I stealing their procs?
nice.
Yeah, there's some little hacks that you can do. Any BOA users? Denied.
No more interruptions.
Bro, you wanna come on double hyper with me and Proxy?
I'll burn you all to ash.
I'm not even gonna shield. It's gonna be fun in the new mod. Cause like I'm unkillable now. And it makes it pretty boring. Cause I can take stacks and stacks. I don't even need heals. And like I don't even have my stuff maxed out yet. New mod will make it interesting. I'm gonna try something. Easy. Any deathers? I need to see how much. Holy shit, the damage on that. Any left-sideds? Can you imagine like the new Tom?
Yeah, we can see all the mechanics.
Oh my
again.
god. Any new people? Any Tom training? P3?
Feel the raging tempest.
That's why tanks are so broken. You just smite once, even if you die, you just get your aggro back. It's like, oh, I didn't lose anything. That's why like deaths don't matter as much. They should make it more punishing. Just think about it. You die, you just hard taunt, you get your aggro back.
I'll freeze you to the bone.
Imagine how many people are gonna run though. They're gonna be like, but this was easy before. This was easy before.
Exactly.
Oh, did he live? Ghost died. Did Proxy live though? Can't tell with all those stacks.
Feel the raging tempest.
I'm pretty sure like at least 50% of the people that can clear it won't be able to clear it anymore. Enjoy. Surprise! Yes! I got the 2 rogues! Now they can stop complaining. Wait, D-Wave's gonna get you! Oh god! I feel he's such a kind soul though. Trying to pick up the guy. I know that feel. Oh.
You to the bone!
Okay, I'll stop trolling now. I'm so tempted to give them another bowl. Alright. Easy. Hopefully that 10% did something. Let's see how many people fucked this one up. Alright, you ready for the death? Bar, bottom left. Come here, proxy. Proxy. Okay. I mean, you guys would have died to the, yeah. And now we see the experienced.
I haven't had it work out like
Oh
this
my
in
god. Any double fireball takers? Proxy, proxy. Oh, come on. He's not gonna take it.
There will be no escape.
So, something you might find really interesting.
Feel the raging
You can survive that as a tank. He's not gonna get up, is he? Okay, he did scroll.
I'll burn you all to ash! I'll freeze you to the bone!
Is a goat companion good for tanks and heal like Pally? It's okay. It's not bad. Alright, take it from me, Pharaoh. Easy. Any wipers? Oh no, the chain! Poor Pharaoh. He's really getting it today. Alright, I got him. Oh my god, I die with him. Oh god, this is so good. Oh, oh my god.
Charge.
Any charges? Listen, if the group was experienced, we wouldn't have any issue here. There's only so much that could be done. Poor Aoki though. I feel bad for Aoki. No, the spread. Oh. I like how we keep trying though, even though it was like
Yeah,
pretty
that-
much a
that-
wipe since like 50% of P3. You could already tell. I guess we're going to see the what do you call it? Pac-Man? How are they still in this queue? I don't understand. Are they waiting for like a carry or something? Alright, it's just gonna be me and Hallister now. I guess who will outlive who? I went for out 2 damage. 2 damage! Story time? Okay, there was this one time where I created a Tom group and people said they were experienced and then we joined the group. They wouldn't even link Hardy, so they linked Envenomed and then we basically wiped. And it was a fun experience. I got to survive with one of my best buddies. And we made it to the end and we're possibly going to see the Pac-Man. Oh, he's dead. Alright, well I guess that makes me the de facto winner. The tank. Alright, well this was fun. Any Pac-Man? Go, you can do it, Mano. I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. It's fucking hard. You have no idea how hard it is. Hallister hits like a truck. And then he decides to give me a second ball. But I'll take it like a champ. Any more? Is that what you got, bitch? A third ball? Jesus fuck. And ice? How you gonna? Oh, I finally get to see. Oh, easy. Easy. I would have beat you. I would have beat you. He just keeps throwing balls, dude. Look at this. Absolute Chad. Just ball after ball. Are we gonna see the face? What's he gonna do? Just gonna stare at my corpse all the time? Alright, well. Tom in a nutshell. Wait for module 23. It's only gonna get worse. How many people actually... No ways. These people are insane. Well, I guess we'll find 2 more DPS. I feel bad for Agi. Let's at least find some, like, hopefully experience, at least 1 more experienced DPS. Corpse camping? Hellas to have you no shame? Exactly. Every freaking time. That's my favorite phase. If someone was just alive with me, we would have seen the Pac-Man phase, which a lot of people haven't seen. It's basically fireballs, like, to the max. How you doing, Hayden? Alright. Let's try for real, though. For serious. Like, it's not hard. If you can't clear Tom now, you have 0 chance of clearing Tom in the, in module 23. Hopefully this gives people exposure. And the main thing was people didn't want to link RTs. And hopefully that's a good lesson. You know, hopefully they'll learn and realize that you can't just go running in there and not being prepared. You actually need to buff up. You actually need to sort your artifacts out. Otherwise you just bring the whole team down. Alright, so Aki is going to be on Charm. Phil is on Demo. It is on Frozen. Ghost is on Blast Scepter. I'm on Knives. Melee's on Debuff. I think Proxy's on Sigil Debuff too. Pearl's on Lantern. We're pretty much full stacked except for that personal there. We got Mythaler. That's fine. Let's see, what are they linking? Is this Aphrodite that I'm looking at? It is. They have art. Oh, love to see it. That's a full stack. That's how you run a group. Everyone has artifacts? Nice. Let's go. Exposure? Isn't that when you strip naked and dance in PE though? Something along those lines. Okay, now that we got the 2 troll rogues out of the way, maybe we'll have a better chance. And Pharrell, feel free to go all in, you know? No need to hold back on my account. I didn't even see that aggro bar once. Was there something weird happen? I'm pretty sure I stole someone's BOA prog. Having aggro on hands in P2. Oh, I just realized every freaking time, because it's not a count lock, I have to complete the tutorial in order to get into the training room. We already have a Hallis's Blast Scepter done. Oh yeah, that's fine. Go, 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 go. I think the biggest quality of life they can do is add a freaking, like, instant AP gain when you're at the door. Like, when you activate, everyone in there gets, like, AP. But then knowing Cryptic, it will somehow turn into some interesting bug where people have infinite AP. Same way they were coming back in Crown. Just put a dummy. I mean, that works too, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to smack it, but I mean, it's definitely better than nothing, you know? It should just be a thing where when you come in, your AP is fully regenerated, you know? And if the instance resets, then same thing. Alright, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 1 run for me and then we can do some Metro. I can't wait. I'm excited. Why can't I perform this? Why? Oh, I guess there's already a circle here and I can't see it.
Yeah.
Any Pharrells? Oh no. He's not online. I think he DC'd. What is up with today?
Oh, he's here.
Well, not on Discord at least.
Facing Hallister here in his own demiplane is dangerous. Be on guard.
What?
He
What kind of movement is this, Alistair? Can we do a dance backwards, if you don't mind? Ooh! Someone took that. I felt that proc. Come here. Come here. Come here. Move. Move. Okay. Better. Better. Oh! Oh! Any proc stealers. Very nice. Now I'm feeling the aggro. How haven't we not phased him? Okay. I was about to say.
Bundle up for the cold front.
Any balls? Nice.
How do you feel about warm weather?
Ooh! I'm so glad my pally doesn't turn around like the cleric, because if I had the cleric movement right now and I looked around, my tank would turn around. Easy flank damage. Right, yeah, have some arties. Have some mitigation. Where I was gaining, slowly, I see that bar. I wonder who the other ones are. It's probably one of the rogues. This one have a BOA. Whoops. We blocked out. Yeah, that's an old. Have a BOA on there? With that gear? Or maybe they just
Going to burn it all
farmed it out. Actually, no, it could be a main.
I'll protect you.
Depends on if these are...
You think she can protect you from
Huh.
me?
It could be a main.
My dear.
And then you just farmed a lot of Voss. But if you farmed a lot of Voss, why would you have a +3 ring? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe it's like my healing ring, but still haven't gotten it.
I don't think you would have Mirage for an ult. I mean, you could.
No more interruption.
Alright, next time my daily is full, I want to test something. I want you to give me Astro.
I'll burn you all to ash.
I'll tell you when. I just gotta watch aggro. This should be enough to hold me. But for us gaining now, it's gonna be a bit harder for me to pull it off. Oh my god.
I'll freeze you to the bone.
Nice. Any deathers? Enjoy. Easy wipe. Beautiful stuff. Well, my job got a whole lot easier with what I want to pull up. The good news is the ice getting buffed as well, so it'll be less likely people will break ice that easily. Oh yeah, I love the artifact on the floor there. Very nice stuff. You guys on safe? Ghost! Is about to be a ghost real soon. 2 more times. Inches, yep. Always go middle. Never edges. Right, mitigation. Need to get my daily up, almost there. Alright, daily's almost up. And then I can start having fun. Shouldn't affect the run at all. As long as people are experienced and do their part, I can have a bit of fun. Come on, guys. Alright, so next one, after this, I'm gonna need an astral.
Freeze you to the
Please go far, guys. You know what happens. Another and another one. Please. Okay, nice. Because I don't want to use my tab when. Are you kidding me? Face it. We're gonna get charges. Oh my god. They're definitely wiping. Look at that. Boom. 1. Any more? Alright. After this, I'm gonna need Astro. Alright, come, proxy. You're going the wrong way. Where are you going? Proxy, for fuck's sakes. It wasn't safe there. Alright, now melee. Astro on me. Yeah! I did the thing.
Nice.
Yes, that's all I wanted to do. Alright, I'm happy now. Now can we actually clear? We just need, let's see, Pharrell's here, Aki is here, I don't know who else is experienced. But I'm about to, oh, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, spread to edges. About to get another ball. So we got 4 inexperienced people in this group. I can't. And like it's bad because if you can't even do it now, how do you think it's gonna go in mod 23? Like this is easy, it's ridiculous. Like you just need 3 DPSs and you can do it. Oh no, Proxy gonna die? Any artifacts? Okay, we really need to focus everyone to clear this now. And I'm gonna take both fireballs because it doesn't look like Proxy's gonna take any. Alright, any day now. Whenever you guys are ready. A bit more damage. We're gonna get a very interesting phase if you don't phase him. Yep, fireball. You guys need to be away from me. I'm gonna be in the other no, don't why? Oh, you should have stayed down for double hypo. He's gonna die now anyway. That would have been so good. Come here. Come here. Come here. Did he live? Oh, he lived! Let's go! Yeah, there's no way, Millie. We tried. Give it a good effort. I'm gonna take both fireballs.
I haven't had a workout like this in ages.
Oh, he lived again. Nice. Let's go, Proxy. Proud of you.
There will be no escape.
Do you think there's still a chance?
Come here. I feel like I literally have to call every mechanic for them now.
I'll burn you all to ash.
We could do this if we just really focus.
I'll freeze you to the bone!
Alright, nice. Go. It's gonna be rough. We're gonna get some very interesting mechanics. What are artifacts on? Are they off cooldown?
Yeah, they're 17 seconds.
Alright. So it's not off cooldown.
No.
Are they off cooldown? Yeah. They're on 17 seconds. Alright. Good info, good info. Alright, spread. Take another ball here. Not another one. Come on, Alistair, please.
Now they're off cooldown.
Change. Look. I can't see. Right, end close. Close goes closer. Right, nice. We're good. Now we pray. Here. Again. Stay. Alright. Now it's all up to the DPS and the artifacts. Wait. What parties? Alright, this is it. All up to the DPS. People dying to waves doesn't seem to be... Nope. Not experience at all. That's what I'm saying.
This can't be happening!
Gonna be close. But thankfully we had 2 experienced DPS. Like I said, you only need 3 and then that's it. Nicely done. Easy carry. I'm gonna take that
Nice.
shield. Hold on. Anyone have a pally? Anyone have a pally they wanna main? You don't have full thunder, do you?
I do.
You have
I
line
have the
outs?
full set. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let RNG decide. I'm gonna greet it and let someone else get. Who gets it? Aoki. Deserved. From the last one? Absolutely deserved. Alright, that was rough. Good job? Yeah. I wasn't feeling that one. That was... Whew. Like half the team was out. And the thing is, I've offered so many times for training, but people don't want to do training. They think they're experienced, and the issue comes with like I said, if you have 2-3 good DPS in a group, they will carry the entire group, and then everyone in that group will kind of get a false sense of security that they're doing well. So they'll just think, oh yeah, I'm experienced, you know. It was easy. We did it. It was so easy. Because as a group as a whole, you know, even though it was 2-3 people carrying it, especially if you have a really good tank and good healers, the rest of the DPS are unexperienced. Will just, you know, kind of follow along. But then the moment you start not having that carry, you start to see the difference. And you're going to see it a lot more now. Because in the upcoming Tom, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. Dino? Yeah, you see it? You see the dino?
That's the best.
So yeah, and it's sad because Tom is my favorite dungeon. My favorite trial. And I will always do training. It's just about finding enough people to do it. Like, I would love to train people. Because it's so much fun. And the mechanics aren't hard. Because they're always the same. You kind of get used to it and it becomes muscle memory. But a lot of people just... I don't know. They don't pay attention to the mechanics. They're so focused on, like, the boss. And if they just did the mechanics, it would be so much easier for everyone involved. Like, we lost, I think, 1-2 people because of the whirlwind. Which tells me that they most likely were in really high DPS groups. Because you can skip whirlwind. And you know what's going to be the best part? In the new Tom, the upcoming updated Tom, you're going to be seeing chains. So that means you're going to be seeing people flying off the platform or colliding. Because they're not used to that, right? You never see chains. If you see change now in this like iteration of Tom, it's because you have like the worst DPS. It's bad. It means you have like one carry DPS and that's it. But the new Tom, you'll be seeing it all the time. You'll be seeing tank check. You'll be seeing Fireborn phase 1. You'll be seeing Eruption. And I'm pretty sure people won't even know what to do there. Because they've skipped it for the longest time. And it's sad because those mechanics are fun. When I was doing Tom training, we saw all of those mechanics. That's why I'm like familiar with every single mechanic there is, because we literally saw it all. And now people are going to have to relearn that. And I hope that means people will want to do training. And then we can have some fun training ones. Because I enjoy it. It's my favorite trial. It's got the mechanical complexity that all the other trials lack. And it's pretty to look at too. It's easy on the eyes. And Hallister's pretty chad. Especially all those balls. It's going to be interesting for me to see on my tank. Just how much it hurts. Because now I can take several stacks. I'm willing to bet it's going to go down by half. So if I could take about 7, 8, I could probably take about 3, 4 before it starts to hurt. And I have to employ some extra mitigation. Also, can we just appreciate this lighting? Here, look at this reflection. Oh, I thought it was lighting shimmer for a moment. It's just a shadow. Or is it? I don't know. It looks like a shimmer. You see that? Yo, that's pretty.
Where's it coming
I think it's the... It's either my lion, the effect of my lion, or it's shadows moving, like flicker. I think it's my lion. There's a light source. Or...
Or all the fire like around you maybe.
Could be. Something is shaking, moving. It could... What is moving? Could be the fire creating that shadow? Who knows? Oh, you want to see something cool? What was it again? I forgot what it was called. Never mind. We'll ignore that. Hayden, Tom is good, but game is still missing first steps. How to do the mechanics, how to actually play your role DPS or tank. If the game had that, it would be so much less friction between players. Well, I think mod 23 is like in a good it's a good step in that direction. Because of the changes, you're not going to see new players in the trials because there's no need for them to run them. Right now, if you had to ask the majority of new players, they don't really want to be in the trials. Some, I'm sure, find it fun, but the majority just want to get their 80, right? Because it's the biggest source of 80. If you look at it and compare it to it currently, it's like 39k, bam. It's also pretty easy to do, right? Aside from demo, which was causing a lot of issues and friction, all three of these are pretty easy to do. Kochi, a little bit harder. But with the new system, you will barely find any new players because they will be rewarded much more by doing the regular dungeon and skirmishes, and they can repeat them over and over. So getting to the cap will be easier, doing easier content. And then the advanced dungeon and trials will be more for, you know, the intended purpose. Like trials will be hard. I think that's going to be the hard thing that people need to also acclimate to, is that a trial will be a trial. It will be hard. You won't get like a walk in the park. Tiamat is going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. You might get, you know, baby Zarya. Hopefully they fix it, because I mean, even the hypo does no damage. Credo is challenging. Like, you can get one shot by things. Even on my rogue in scaled content, if I'm in the wrong place, I can get one shot by something. So that's already been tuned. Swardborg might need a... They said they wouldn't touch it though, so probably going to stay the way it is. So Swardborg will end up being the easiest one. And the issue here is you can fix it. You can fix the queues. Unless they change that, you just get someone to queue up, let's say for Swardborg, and then everyone else goes random, and it will be 9 out of 10 times Swardborg. Because how the game works is it doesn't have a random. Like, this random is a lie. Unless I'm mistaken, or they change that, it actually puts you in with people that have manually queued for something. So I can go and get everyone into, let's say, many coins bank heist. In fact, I could show you, but then I would have to sit here and do it. But I would just queue up for it, and anyone that does random skirmish will be put in with me. And then they'll hate me for it. Let's pick one that doesn't get used often and it's quick. Let's cause pain. Illusionist Gambit. Barely ever gets popped, right? You won't see this in a random. Now watch this. join selected queue. Now the next few people, the victims that go for a random skirmish queue, well, they're about to feel some pain with me. So that's how the random queues in this game works. And it goes the same for advanced, regular dungeon, trials, etc. If it was truly random, that would be great. But yeah. It isn't. What would be cool is if they removed the dungeons themselves. Ah, no, that actually wouldn't work, 'cause then you would force people to have to use the in-game groups. But yeah. Because it would be nice to not get the same repeated trial or dungeon over and over, because people are farming something in there. So for example, imagine, you know, someone decides that the Apocalypse Dagger is the best choice item to get. You're going to get everyone going into skirmish. So now anytime you go random skirmish queue, you're going to get many coins bank heist. Or let's say, you know, Demogorgon has a nice new set. You go random trial queue, it's going to be 9 out of 10 times Demogorgon. So that's the annoying part with RTQ. Or just in general, all the random queues, is that it's not truly random. Now, I'm not really sure if there's a fix for it, because obviously... I guess what could be a fix, you know what could be a fix, is random is truly random, and then let's say I queue up for a specific skirmish. It should only pop when enough people pick the same one. So let's say I pick Illusionist Gambit. It should only... what do you call it? It should only put me in with 4 other people that have chosen that as well. That could work then.
That would make more sense.
So we can ask them now when we get in. We can ask them, did anyone queue for this dungeon? Let's find out before we go in.
Sergeant Knox gave me this hammer.
Hold on. Wait. Didn't? Oh, I'm an idiot. Did anyone queue for this or picked random skirmish? I'm an idiot. I was meant to pick Throne of the Dwarven Gods. I didn't mean to pick IG. IG random. Okay, we got one person random. Anyone else? Random or chosen? Come on, please. Any answers? I need to know. I guess I'm gonna go heal them. They said random as well. Alright, so 2 people said random. 3 people said random. So there you go. Any match fixing?
Welcome to my humble arena.
Belly, look, I'm gonna heal these people.
Oh, nice.
Look at my amazing shields. Sorry, I just wanted to prove something real quick.
Huzzah!
And the first one, random as well. So there you go. There's no true random. It is chosen by those who pick. So I can cause pain to people by just queuing all day Throne of the Dwarven Gods. And maybe at some point people will complain enough and Cryptic will do something about it. Any sliding on ice? Any winter events? But yeah, so just keep that in mind. I don't know if I should be saying that because then... But yeah, if you want to bring friends with you, random people, just pick any piece of content. And the game will fill in people. It would be nice if you could blacklist. That should be an option. Like, I don't want to run this piece of content. And then when you queue for random, it doesn't ever put you in that piece of content. That could be a nice solution. Alright, who's doing the most damage? Gam. Alright, you are now the chosen marked one. Enjoy my tiny shields. Oh damn. Almost full shielded. Woo! They hurt though. Oh! Not sure if you can fall off. LA, let's see. Can I full shield them? Oh, I should have got the crit proc though. The crit shot. Hold on. Critical. Critical. Any extras? Come on, give me a crit. Okay. Alright, and let's get a crit touch going here. It's pretty much the same one from Lost Mod, huh?
Last one?
Yeah. This one.
Yes. Yeah.
Scorpion.
Wow, that's great. Just fantastic.
Is this done now? We can leave, right?
Imagine they want to stay.
I wanna go. Thanks, guys. Who would in their right mind? I mean, they didn't choose this, so...
Stay to earn fame and fortune, or play it safe.
So wait, if they choose to stay... See, everyone voted to leave because no one wanted to be here. I told you, they were all random.
Well, I can't fault you for
See?
giving up.
5 vote leaves.
It was really difficult. Just stay still for a moment.
You want me to prove it a second time? That it's rigged?
There. Be careful on your way out. And to return to face
Look at
more
this.
of my
Let's see.
illusion.
Skirmish. Throne of the Dwarven Gods. Another one that you never see pop. We're about to cause more pain. Imagine it's these people again. Oh yeah, Hayden. Sorry, I missed that. I did see with the other one. The game currently teaches bad habits and expectations. True, yeah. There's some game design there that is questionable, but they're correcting that. It should be a bit better. Actually, I don't want to put myself through that pain, because then I have to sit there. But yeah, take my word for it. I could do this all day. It has no randomness. It will always fill people that have manually chosen something with randoms that have chosen randoms. And that's the one thing I dislike about it. And imagine you could just like right click a dungeon. Or like, you know, put an X. I don't want this one, I don't want this one, I don't want this one, I don't want this one. So then when you do randoms, at least you know kind of, okay, if I get a random, it's going to be the dungeons that I like. Because let's be honest, not everyone likes all the stuff, you know? Like, I don't like Prophecy of Madness. If I had to like remove things that I don't want to get random, it would be Many Coins Bankais, Prophecy of Madness, Throne of the Dwarven Gods, and I mean, Kessel's? Yeah, Kessel's, because it's annoying. So then I would stay with Merchant Prince, Shores of Turn, Red Legion, Master of the Hunt, and Illusionist Gambit. See? That would be a nice system. Because then I could choose what I want. And then, for example, advanced dungeons, depending on people's knowledge of mechanics, I would not do Ravenloft, because that could be painful. Especially with the upcoming changes. Spellplague is fine. We don't have many options. Left the Mad Mage. And I guess Infernal Citadel. And that's it. I would not put Castle Ravenloft or Tongue as a random. And then the baby dungeons are fine. None of them are really issues. Trials. Trials should be fine as well. Now that we're getting all these changes and reworks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be hoping they get Swartborg. Because that's going to be the only untouched one. Tiamat and Demo are going to be changed. Baby Zarya would be really nice, I'm not going to lie. Like, I would love to run that for RTQ if I run RTQ. That would be nice. It would be a nice little change, because I haven't run Zarya that much. But yeah. Now, it is time for... Freak Out Friday!
Yeah!
It's time for some Stalker vibes. So if you guys want to check out some Metro, feel free to stick around. And Swartborg is hard if no one knows what they're doing. Well, it will be less hard than any of the upcoming trials. Let's put it that way. as long as people break ice, which hopefully they learn, I want to believe that, you know, when people die the first time, like, they probably won't realize it when other people die, right? But if you die in ice, I'm pretty sure that, you know, sinks in with you and you're like, oh, fuck. And then, you know, hopefully you go and you break other people from ice because you know how shitty that feels. So that's only really the bad thing. Hiding behind pillars, same thing. If you don't hide and you stand there in the middle, when you die, I'm pretty sure the next time you realize, okay, hey, I should probably go stand behind that pillar. So you learn through dying. And yeah, I guess with the manticores, if you end up trying to hit both of them, you quickly learn that that's not a good plan. And you realize you only have two things to really hit, right? It's either one manticore or the other. So there's not much. Just kill it, kill the boss. There's not really much mechanics. So it's not bad. Hayden, being able to exclude up to 50% of lists to avoid total system abuse, that would be some hard to ignore data on content popularity. Very true, yeah. That is true. And I mean, in general, if people don't like stuff, they'll just stop running randoms. I like randoms because I like the randomness factor, you know, but there are some... I enjoy all content. It just depends on who you're running with, right? So, for example, I mentioned the Infernal Citadel and Ravenloft. Ravenloft especially. If you're in a group with people that don't know what they're doing, it is really painful. Especially like in its current state with the sisters, you could be stuck there for a very long time. But with a decent group, I don't mean like high end, like best in slot, just a decent group that know mechanics, know how to handle the book, it's fine. But that can be a pain. It could be a pleasure or it can be a pain. Notwithstanding, obviously, all the other bugs that you can encounter along the way, like the sword going missing, which is the worst thing. You get to the end only to fail. And then, yeah, the
That's the
Infernal
worst,
Citadel, depending on... Like, if I ever did randoms for... Yeah, and that's a hard thing. Like, I can't choose. I would basically... Oh, it's a tough one. So, for example, Infernal Citadel, I would want a tank. Because at least I know I can handle it. If you don't have an experienced tank in there, you will fail. If your tank can't hold aggro and keeps dying to the first boss, your group will wipe. If you somehow make it past the first boss barely, the second boss will wipe you. Because that's heavily a tank check. And you need to know. And it's really simple. It's one swipe, two swipe tank buster. Once you get that into your head, then you kind of know where to move, where to position. But again, if the tank can't handle that, the whole group will wipe. Because he'll one-shot anyone. And then the final boss is even worse because that's all about coordination. If people don't stack together, you start losing, you know, play area. And once that happens, it becomes really hard to manage. You don't have any space to move around when the boss does his, you know, fire spin attack. And it's pretty much a wipe. So that one's brutal. Tong, if you have low DPS, can be brutal because of the ghosts. You will fail. Like, it doesn't matter how skilled you are, you will fail. If you can't take out the ghosts, you will wipe. That's the wipe mechanic. So that's all about damage. And, you know, you don't want to be an elitist about it. You don't want to be anything about it. But I feel like if Cryptic puts people in there, they need to, at the worst case scenario, be able to kill them. And currently, that's not the case. There are strategies you can employ, like KOS can like eat them up. You can use the music box. You can use wings for AoE. There are strategies, but I mean, baseline, just DPS doing their thing. If they're not high enough, you will wipe there. Then there's also the matter of the tank check. Resnisi can hurt quite a bit if the tank's not prepared. So yeah, it really just depends on the group, and you don't want to isolate and have people run their own private queues because randoms can be good, but Cryptic is never... Like, if I had a say in the matter of how it should be done, I would say limit the queues to requirements of stat percentages, not item level. I've said it so many times and they disagree with me because they feel it will exclude people, and I disagree because I feel it will give people a goal, right? If you see that, okay, for a random queue, you need to have minimum 80% power for advanced dungeon, you need to have, you know, X amount of crit strike, crit sev, at least 40% defense, you're setting up players for success rather than failure. And they thought the solution would be, scaling with item level, but it's not, because that's at best 50% of your stats. That doesn't account for the rest of it. 50% power at the worst case scenario is not enough. But when you start adding requirements like 80% power, you give players a goal. You're like, oh, okay, so if I want to do this, I need to go do that. Then they're going to check, how can I do that? They're going to look at ways to do that. They're going to farm for content. They'll finally get to that point. So when they run it, it's just going to be such a breeze for everyone involved. But right now, it's just based on item level. And it's how we had it before. It's how we have it now. And it's always going to have issues, right? They believe that players will just get better. And I mean, there is truth in that. Some players, but if you truly want everyone to get better, then you just force it as a requirement. I don't see it as a bad thing, because it's an advanced dungeon. If you truly care and want to get to the end game, then you'll put the effort in. And then if you want to be more, or less restrictive, then, regular dungeons can be like really low and like 50% power or whatever the minimums are for the role, and skirmishes as well. But I feel at least advanced dungeons and trials should come with a extra percentage check, not just item level. Because yes, item level will give you raw damage and HP, let's say if you're a DPS, but none of that matters if you don't have your stats capped and you're trying to do endgame content, or you don't have enough defensive stats and you die to basic group mitigation. For example, I've seen so many people die in Firestorm even with 2 healers in Tom. And it's got nothing to do with the healers, because everyone else is fine. And you can immediately tell who doesn't have defensive stats. And it doesn't matter what the item level are, or is. But yeah. Red Goblin says, very true, Hayden. I think I've only ever completed Castle Ravenloft once. Really? Damn. And I was actively playing all classes daily until I quit the game in mod 19. And it was even easier than Hayden. Now it's like so much harder. Item level and stat percentage are neither good indicators of readiness. That is true. That is true, because you can very easily, inflate those numbers. Literally just bring out the credit card, buy all the things, have all the best stats. Which is another thing I mentioned. I was like, in addition to that, I was like, can we have a progression system where you go from one trial to the next, the more clears you have? So let's say you start with the easiest trial, Swartborg. Clear Swartborg 20 times, learn the mechanics, move on to Kodji, and then Tiamat, and then Demo, or whatever makes sense. So by the time you work through them, you understand mechanics, and it like kind of gets drilled into your head. And a lot of mechanics in Swartborg are actually used in Tom. Like, you get the ice, you get the tank check. So if we had lesser dungeons teaching endgame mechanics, that could be good. But again, they didn't want to exclude, because then they felt that there wouldn't be enough people running that content, which I do agree with. That is true. You would have less people running the content, but at least when people are running the content, it would be experienced players. So I don't think there's ever going to be a solution from a gameplay perspective of, having everyone being able to play the game. You can't really exclude people with these restrictions. But to me, it's like, it's a minor thing, right? It's advanced dungeons and trials. The majority of players don't really do them. Well, they do now, but when the changes come, they're not going to be able to. So you're not alienating the player base, because there are so many regular dungeons and skirmishes. They could do that, no problem. I feel that advanced dungeons and trials should be regulated in terms of some kind of indicator. You're right, item level and percentages aren't enough. I would also have it be based on number of clears. And certain indicators. For me, I always tell people when they ask me, how do I know I'm ready for Deathless Vault of Star when they're trying to do their hardcore runs? I tell them, run regular Voss. If you get to the end and never die consecutively, you're probably in a good spot to start doing hardcore. And that's how it's set up the requirements for, advanced dungeons and trials. I'd be like, okay, here's your requirements. Like, the game would check it up, right? So you have this checklist. So it kind of also makes you feel good. You're like, don't die X amount of times. Consecutively reach, okay, maybe damage is not good, or heal. But there can be some checks. But one of them, like the key factor, is don't die. And you know why I say don't die? Because a lot of people don't realize, they just get up and they scroll. It's like, it's so common. Oh, I died. Let me just get up. Everything's fine. But it's not. because you could lose up to 10% of your damage or your healing capability, and you take 10% more damage. Like healer, tanks, DPS all get screwed. And people don't realize that. The moment you take your first death stack and you're doing endgame content, it's pretty much downhill from there. Because if you barely survived and died, the next check you're definitely going to die, and it's going to get worse, and it's going to get worse, and they stack. Like there's a reason there's a number on them. You can get to -40, -50%. You can start taking 50% more damage. That's why your final one pretty much always kills you. A lot of people don't realize that. So the number one indicator should be don't die. If you can consecutively run content without dying, you're pretty much ready to move on to the next stuff. Because then it's not about item level, it's not about percentages, it's about skill. Because if you're not dying, that means you're doing the mechanics right, you're not standing in red, you're not taking unnecessary damage that could be avoidable, and you would be contributing to the team. Because you could have amazing, 70, 80k item levels, which I run with in Tom, but they're pretty useless. No offense to them. I'm talking purely stats and facts, is that they have all the best gear. They have Band of Air, the best in slot items, but they start stacking up Revive Sickness. They have like 3-4 stacks. Suddenly they're being outclassed by someone that's like, 60k item level with lesser gear, but knows the mechanics and is experienced. So, there's my argument for that. Item level percentages, never a good thing. Experience is what matters. And Hayden says, make your build, enter certification course. Completed. Unlock the tier of content for public use. Fail, and you can only enter with private queue. I mean, yeah. Something along those lines. But yeah, definitely we need knowledge of mechanics. And the only way you get there is by doing. Like failure is a good teacher. But there needs to be some kind of, sanity check, because a lot of players who just want to do it for fun aren't going to enjoy it if they keep failing over and over. Then they turn to private queues. And I'm not a fan of private queues. Like if it was me, I would love to just queue publicly for Tom and just get random people in there. Because I don't care who it is, as long as you can do it. And if you need help, I'm more than happy to call for you. I'm more than happy to teach mechanics, which is another thing that, I mentioned to Cryptic was, can we have a mentor system? Like that was actually my idea of how to get people into harder content. In order to get into harder content, you need to queue up for that specific content in a mentor queue. And then what it does is it puts you in with a team of people who have signed up to be mentors. They then coach you through it. They judge your performance. They assess what you need in order to progress. And once you've cleared, like, let's say 10 mentor queues, and they've all basically deemed you ready, and like there's a final check, then cool. You're ready to go. You're ready to move on. You're unlocked now, But I can see how that, I mean, hopefully it wouldn't be abused, but you never know. But in a perfect world, that is something that should happen, because then, people who don't know what they're doing will be coached, You won't have people join a queue and people will start flaming, the fuck, what are you doing, dude? Get the fuck out of here, you trash, all that toxic behavior. You would be eliminating that, because, mentors would ideally be people who actually care about the game, care about player growth, and will be there to help other players. And then that everyone's kind of on the same footing. Hester says, but I want crown. I don't want to wait. Oh my god. Hi, Hester. Hayden, that only works for DPS though. Tanks and healers codepend too heavily on each other. Dying might be the other's fault. True, but the ironic thing is it's a trinity. Tanks and healers dying can also be due to the DPS not doing their part. Let's take Tom, for example. Even if it's current state, if you take super low DPS, like baseline DPS, and you run in there, and you're not phasing quick enough, the tank will start taking extra stacks and start taking more and more damage, to which point the healer won't be able to do anything about, because, you're just going to get to the point where it's just overwhelming and you'll be one shot. Same with the healer, whatever resource costs they use will be spent trying to keep the group alive. Eventually they'll run out of resources. So if the DPS is too low, the tank and the healer will die. It's not a codependency on like the tank and the healer. The entire group depends on each other to do well. So the healers need to do their parts, the tanks need to do their part, and the DPS do their part. And a lot of people don't actually realize that the majority hinges on the DPS, because if your DPS is high enough, you can avoid the majority of damage. Because think about it. I give you two scenarios where mobs hit hard, they're easy to kill. Low DPS, high DPS. Low DPS go in there, They take a very long time to clear. They sustain a lot of damage. Some of them might die. The healer runs out of resources. Now take the high-end DPS group. They go in there. They probably prepared. They stun. They use whatever abilities they need. They take them out without even taking any damage. Healers don't need to do anything. Tanks don't need to do anything. So there's obviously a balance that needs to be strived so people feel like they're doing their part. And I feel Mod 23 is a little bit closer to that. Kara says, I have learned harshly that failure is the best teacher. It is, provided people are willing to go through that. Because a lot of people don't and they give up. But my message to people like that is don't give up. Even Mezzy here, when we first started, she fell off the platform. She made a few mistakes in Tom. And I remember she didn't want to go to Tom anymore. She's like, I don't want to do Tom ever again. And I mean, look at us now, you know, we're doing Tom consistently. It's going to be hard, you know, and that's the thing people need to accept. Like, don't set your expectations high. It's new. You're going to struggle. That's fine. And if people flame you or they, you know, have bad behavior, just report them because, you know, that's a minority in the community. A lot of people are willing to help. A lot of people are willing to teach. Just reach out. Don't be afraid to say, hey, you know, I'm new. Like, there's nothing that grinds me more than someone joins and I think they're experienced and then they're just dying to everything. Like, I could have called for you, you know, we could have jumped into Discord. I could have called. Chances are they would have died 50% less. But people don't communicate. They don't say, hey, I'm new. Hey, I don't have experience, because there's a stigma behind the fact that if you say that you're inexperienced, that you're just going to get kicked from the group. So do speak up. Yes, there will be people that kick you. Yes, there will be people that flame you. But like I said, that's a minority. Speak up and you will find people who are willing to help. And, you know, the more people we can help each other. And it kind of just ends up being a thing that spreads more positivity and more experience throughout the community. It has like a rippling effect. And Hester, the question is, should mechanics be based on phasing fast? That seems to be a design flaw. No, it shouldn't, which is why I said there should be a balance that, you know, is strived for. There needs to be enough strain on the tank that the healer needs to heal. There needs to be enough strain on the tank that the tank can actually, you know, tank and mitigate damage and work on their stats in order to survive. And then obviously there needs to be enough strain on DPS to do enough damage so that both of those other roles don't get, how do I say, overburden's not the word. But yeah, you know what I mean. So there has to be a balance, and I know they keep pushing for that, and you do see it more and more. The upcoming trials that have been changed, like for example, Tiamat, you'll see it a lot in there. There's a lot more balance. Like for example, tanks actually need to tank. I'm sure you guys have seen the mini bosses in there. Before, you didn't need a tank. Tanks could just sit around. You know, ideally the tanks would grab all the mobs and, you know, maybe grab the heads. But I mean, it was literally unnecessary to have a tank. And in some regards, even a healer, because you just kill everything and that's fine. Now, you know, you're going to need a tank in order to handle the mini bosses. You're going to need a healer to heal the group and the tank. Everyone is going to be doing something, and that's a balance we're kind of headed towards. And Hester says, my curse is actually, I actually forget very few things. Becomes a problem if you believe in limited memory. May need a new SSD to make it to the end. And Hasta, I mean, if this idea is to keep increasing the difficulty, why not have a time limit like MSVA? So if the DPS is not there, it is a wipe. Because it adds unnecessary strain. And some people struggle. Like, not everyone is able to excel in playing their class. There could be many reasons why. They could, you know, be handicapped. They could suffer from, you know, fast reflexes. Like, there are a lot of times, Tom is a good example of that. You need really fast reflexes on, let's say, a double or a triple spread, because you need to look, find him, position yourself, be ready to move again, be ready to move again. And a lot of people get stuck on like part 2. They move the first time, they stand in the middle usually, or they stand in the D wave and they die. So not everyone can really play on the same skill level. So having a wipe mechanic like that based on time, because they have skulls, makes it a bit too restrictive in my opinion. I'm okay for it taking longer, you know. Ideally, let's say a good Tom group can finish Tom in 7-8 minutes. But, okay, Tom's a bad example because it does have a timer on it. But ideally, you would, you know, let's say a good group finishes in 10 minutes and then a subpar group finishes in half an hour. It should take you longer. It's less ideal, but at least you did it in the end, right? Because nothing is gained from being failed to a hard wipe because of a time limit. All that's going to happen is people are going to get frustrated and most likely not want to run the content. Whereas if it takes longer, at least they feel successful. They feel like they've accomplished something. And hopefully they realize on what they can work on. Like, fuck, that took a bit long. What do I need to do for next time? Hayden says, good design is gamer flow positive. It helps players to get and stay in flow. Exactly. Optimal performance challenge. Bad design is the opposite. Easy becomes too easy and hard snowballs into failure. Yeah, which is what we have now. We have too easy and too hard. If you think of it from a new player perspective, they run any of the regular dungeons, then they move to advanced dungeon. It's like night and day. And then you come into a trial like Tom or Zedsium or Crown, and there's no bridging the gaps. It's easy, impossible, and like whatever is above impossible for those trials that I mentioned. And again, keep this in mind from like a newer player perspective. Once you've done and have the experience, then they're all trivial. To me, there's no hard content. But for a newer player who wants to move into them, there's no bridging of the gap. The Infernal Citadel is the worst offender to this, right? At least the others are more manageable. The Infernal Citadel is the first proper advanced dungeon that requires an actual tank check. Aside from, let's say, Castle Ravenloft and a 10-stack rule, you will be brutalized by the first boss. And if the first boss didn't brutalize you, the second boss definitely will. It sets up people for failure because they're not ready, they're not prepared, they have no idea about proper tanking mechanics. A lot of the times they don't even use their shift mechanics, so they're not using their stamina. They're just taking hits straight to the face and they die. That sets up people for failure. And then you start to have a disgruntled group because now the tank dies, someone else got aggro, DPS start dying, healers running all over the place trying to heal everyone, and then everyone's unhappy. Tank feels bad, but the other players feel worse because they got put into a group expecting that, the tank would be able to do their part, but where did the tank learn how to do their part, Show me what piece of content taught the tank how to tank. That's the issue. There's no proper flow in the game. And you could say failure is a good teacher, but it's at the expense of other players, and I disagree with that. And they disagree with me, so I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. But I personally would like to see better flow in the game so that people learn the mechanics slowly over time and do better over time instead of just being thrown in the deep end. Because yes, being thrown in the deep end can work for some people, but for other people it can be demotivating. Again, as a good example, Melly here, she tried Tom, she got disgruntled with it, she didn't ever want to run it again, personal preference, personal experience, whatever. So not everyone is the same, and forcing people to learn through failure, in my opinion, is not a good motivator. If anything, it demotivates certain types of people, and in other people it promotes a sense of it creates a level of toxicity, right? Where immediately someone comes in, someone makes one wrong move, it's like, you trash, or like the flaming begins, or better yet, they just leave the group, right? Like how many times do you see, even in Tom, you'll have these DPSs that join, the tank makes one minor mistake. By the way, as a tank, it's so easy to recover. Oh yeah, you lost aggro, tough shit, someone dies, guess what? The tank can come back, take aggro, it gets even easier from there. But you have one DPS that straight up leaves the group, bye. Or like even other content. I've seen it in World of Stars, for example. As ridiculous as it taking too long. Oh, this boss fight took too long. Okay, cheers, guys. Like, this is the state of the game that we have, is because of that, It's not healthy for the game or the player base. And it's all because of these unrealistic expectations that the game has. If people slowly learnt over time and slowly unlock content and learnt mechanics, then, the lower end of the player base would be kind of where they need to be. And Aster, by having more and more mechanics stacking but not clearing phases does the same thing. True. And Hayden says, exactly, it's been a problem from the start and it's not rocket science to understand and fix. Again, true as well. We're moving closer to that. I have high hopes for mod 23. It's going to set the expectation straight for once, which is trials are not for everyone, because right now it's for everyone, right? And that's a misconception, and that's also what leads to the issue. They do trials and they're like, oh, I could do Tom. Like, you know how many people watch the stream like, hey, that's easy. And then they get invited, they try it. And it's like, whoa, that was much harder than I thought. Because, you know, watching a group is one thing, doing it is another thing. And because they're so used to doing other trials, like there are 3 trials you can clear easily, right? You got Swordborg, you got Koji, you got Tiamat. So it would make sense. I could do Tom, right? I could do Zario, I could do Crown. A trial's a trial. But that's going to change now. Because all trials are going to be challenging. And they kind of want it to be on a point where if you could do one trial, you could do other trials. I don't know how well that's going to work because, again, Tom to me is more mechanically complex than any other trial. So it's not really about the damage you take or the mechanics that you do. It's about how well you do them and in, you know, quick succession. But I guess we'll see. But I think it will be better. It will be better than what we had. And they're making steps, which is important, you know. Maybe after that, we'll get more and more steps. Maybe we'll get better bridging. Maybe we'll start getting more and more baby versions of content, which we're seeing now. You know, we're going to have a regular Tiamat, we're going to have a master Tiamat. So regular will hopefully teach players who want to move into master the mechanics that they'll need to know. And obviously it's not going to be the same, but they will have a better understanding of what to do instead of just being thrown in blind, you know. Like the Infernal Citadel is a perfect example of having 2 versions. A regular dungeon and an advanced dungeon. Advanced is perfect where it is for people who know what they're doing. But there needs to be a primer for that. Huge tank check. There should be some kind of indicator, some kind of warning. Maybe Sergeant Knox is like, incoming attack, block now, you know? like just something so the player fucking knows, bro. Like there's none of that. They're just thrown in. Do you know how many tanks don't use their block? And then they have the item level, they just get thrown in. Boom. What do I do? Oh my god. And then it creates panic for them too, because if you've never done something like that. Anyway, I could run on and on and on and on because I've seen it all. I've been through it all, and it's really badly balanced. But if you can get across those hurdles and find people that are willing to help you and teach you, you can get through it, and then everything becomes trivial. It's just about communication, number one. Don't be afraid to reach out to the group and say, hey, I need help. Because 9 out of 10 times you'll find someone that's willing to help you, take it slow, teach you. Like I always run ahead. I'm, notorious for running ahead. But if someone did ask me like, hey, this is my first time, I need some help, I would stand by their side. I would help them. I would teach them the mechanics. It's just, it's very rarely, if at all, that people do that. So don't be afraid to speak up. Mention that you need help. And someone should be able to help you. And get into a good guild and or alliance, because that's also where you'll learn. It's very different when you're in an alliance or a guild. You can run with people. They're generally more understanding, more patient than, a bunch of randoms that are just there for their own reasons, whether they're there to farm or get 80 or what. Hayden Man on a treadmill takes a lot of steps. Doesn't mean he actually goes anywhere. That's perfect. Oh, God. Haster, I hear you. That is why I don't invite Ray. Oh, Haster. Kiara, Mano has been a big help to me. Oh, I appreciate that. You've come a long way, Kiara. You really have. Like, being able to see all the changes that you've made to your character and your positioning. I remember a lot of times in the beginning, like, you would be so caught up in, like, oh my god, panic mode. You'd be everywhere. You'd be standing on the tank side. Like, I get it, the general panic. And now it's a lot more chilled. You kind of know what's happening. Your positioning is good. So it just shows, with time, everything is possible. And I just hope the rest of the community can do the same. But yeah, let's end things here. I need to go and do some real fun Metro, Last Light. I mean, not Last Light, Metro. Exodus. If you guys want to come check that out, it's a pretty fun game. Otherwise, I'll be back with some more Neverwinter come Monday. And I'm really excited. Just around the corner, we're going to have Module 23. If all goes according to plan, Tuesday, 14th of June, we'll be getting some free goodies as well. Keep that in mind. Log in for 5 days. You'll get a mythic mount for free. So if you don't have your max bolster, that's really good. I don't think even Melly has a max bolster yet. So you might get...
Not on my ult, but on my main yet.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. So you maybe will get something. We'll see. You still haven't gotten through Tom yet? I mean, we've done Tom, but I get what you mean. Like experience-wise, we should do more. If you want a true challenge, module 23 is when we should do Tom. Because wow, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. Enjoy the weekend. And yeah, I will see you soon. Until then, much love and bye for now.